Hey, 420 MSP, Harry here. We are now officially in Q2. We survived Q1. To be determined where the world takes us, but I do know one thing, that it's a darn good time to be investing forward in pivoting to sectors and verticals where there is growth. And we're, as you well know, we carry the flag for the cannabis vertical for technology. This is a slightly different conversation, but I think you're going to find it interesting. I'm with Chuck Mains from Chuck Mains Consulting, and I was introduced by Lacey Finley. Some of you will know the name Lacey Finley. She participates in the IAMCP Austin chapter, so Microsoft partners, and then she's also a partner with Rudy Rodriguez in a technology marketing firm. So I appreciate, Chuck, quite frankly, I appreciate Lacey introducing us. Now, sir, where are you? How are you, and where are you?
So, as you know, we're all supposed to be quarantining, and I am quarantining. I'm not in Austin where I live. I'm actually in Louisiana, where my family has a place on Toledo Bend on the Louisiana side. Texas is those far away hills over there. So I'm looking at Texas, but yeah, this is where I'm going to hunker down for foreseeable future anyway.
Okay, cool.
We'll see how long.
So you are the leading hemp industry lobbyist in the state of Texas. What does that mean? What do you do?
Well, okay. I'm a lobbyist, and one of my main issues is the hemp industry. There was actually a team of us that started doing this back in 2014, more or less. I guess, we want to start kind of from the background of this. Back in 2013 or 2015, Texas passed the Texas Compassionate Use Act. That was when I was working in the legislature. My former boss was the author of the bill that passed that. So I started working on that issue, or on cannabis issues, I guess back then. And I left the legislature in 2017 to start lobby practice on the outside of the Texas legislature. And one of my first projects was to get licenses for the compassionate use program.
Okay.
The state, I don't know, you want to get too into the weed right now about this, but the state, we had to do a fairly rigorous amount of guidelines and regulations to do the tiny little piece of compassionate use that we do have. But that was my first project out, and so I've been working in and around the Capitol for 21 years. I've been doing the lobby practice now. This will be almost my 4th year. That's
cool.
Kind of a background. Sorry, I was getting into the weeds.
No, that's cool. So why don't give me a couple of examples for this interview, because we're going to get you back on a regular basis, so we don't have to, we don't have to boil the lake or the river behind you today. Plenty of time to do that.
Yeah.
But you could give me maybe 1 or 2 examples. What's the state of the union with hemp in Texas, and maybe what's a current issue that you're addressing?
So we just passed here in the state this past legislative session that we finished in May. We just passed the first Texas industrial hemp program, which allows the state, allows people to farm, process, and sell hemp in the state of Texas. That all came from the 2018 Farm Bill that passed the U.S. Congress, which allowed every state to come up with their own regulations. Texas was one of the holdouts on doing it, but that's, there's a lot of background on that. We can get into that later on, but because we were so late to the game, we're now trying to play catch up to the industry and making sure that Texas is competitive in the industry. So where we are right now, the legislation passed in May. and we are in the rulemaking stage, and there's 2 state agencies that oversee the hemp program in Texas, TDA, which is the Department of Agriculture, and the DISHES, the Department of State Health Services. TDA side of this, we've gotten over the main hurdle. We've got the rules out. We actually have the applications out as of last Monday, and we have 350 applications or people that have submitted applications to grow hemp in the state, and we're working on the retail and the processing side as we speak right now.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at exactly right now.
Cool. Hey, one final question, and again, we'll get you back next month because there's a couple reasons why I want to speak with you periodically, even though, on the surface, it's not a direct hit. I'll get back to that. But my question this month is, here I found myself on a lumber ranch in Austin, Texas. Be careful what you ask for in life. You might just get it. And getting to know the rancher, he has an agricultural tax exemption because of the animals. And he showed me the paper. It was really cool. He showed me the paperwork. Fascinating. And is hemp qualify as agriculture, to pay less tax? Does it play in that game?
It will. I can't give you the specifics on that, but is any kind of agriculture with TDA, you do get it. I don't know the specifics of it, but I do know that is something that you do get as a landowner.
And we'll a lot of more silver ponytail hippies that would sure like to move back.
So on the tax exemption, I have many friends, and this, I don't know when this exactly started, but who have ranches and stuff outside of Austin, and you'll drive up and there will be 1 or 2 goats that they have just out there. You feel like, oh, so you raise goats? And it's like, they'll say yes. And I was like, oh, really? How many do you have? And they'll say, I have 2. It's like, oh, really? It's an ag exemption. So, yes, this is a thing.
Exactly. No, that's cool. Well, hey, Chuck, let me get back to the point I promised, is that my community is the managed services providers, the IT professionals, the consultants. We used to call them computer guys and gals back in the old day. And the reason they are interested in my startup 420 MSP is they're looking for new opportunities to, new verticals more than ever. And what I'm trying to do is talk with people like you and other parts of the industry that would not necessarily be top of mind for a computer person to think about. Because Chuck, if you're going to hold yourself out to be what lawyers would call a merchant of the trade, or an expert and an authority, you for darn sure better know the context of your industry, right? Even though my fellows are probably never going to farm hemp in Texas, but they just need to understand this vertical. Does that make sense? That's why we're talking.
Right. Well, like Harry, we talked about the other day, like this is just a beginning. This is here in the state. This industry is just in its very infancy, and there's so many aspects to it. Once it gets up and going, there's going to be all kinds of opportunities, for everybody. But for the tech world, there's unlimited things that we don't even know about, that we've just got, as time goes, there's going to be more to do. But if you look at in the processing side of things, the testing is huge, and I see already that's something in the licensing part of it. The retail side of this. Here's something that gets just today caught my eye, and I think we talked about it for a second the other day about how we're in the quarantine right now, right?
Right.
The state originally you were going to be able to put in your applications through the Department of Agriculture to get your license to grow, and now everything is just going to be online.
Yeah.
The other thing is we put they're putting the restrictions on what's an essential business and not essential, to be able to stay open. This North Chamber of the Dallas North Chamber, we're talking the other day about what's essential, and this topic of CBD sales, is that essential? Regardless if they close or not, we're still going to have the online aspect of it. But like this is just one of those examples. We're gonna this is just we have the retail side. Well, we're gonna have the processing side. We're gonna have a lot of other different things. That tech, there's going to be a lot of opportunities to get involved.
Yeah.
So.
Well, in fact, next month, we'll pick it up from there. I'm going to make a little side note about essential services, because you and I talked off camera, and it's for another day, but will the essential services designation accelerate legalization of cannabis for adult use and so on? So let's leave that hanging out there, because I saw a fishing boat just go behind you. I think they're coming to pick you up to go fishing.
They're coming over here. There's some neighbors back there.
All right. Be safe, my friend. Thank you for your time.
All right. Thanks, Harry. See you later.